by the power of Grayskull.
Hello, this is just a quick review for Lumo on the PS4. This is just one of the free games. I can't remember if it's a free game or a free demo now, but it's a free, I think it's the full game for the PlayStation Plus members. You get it for free. This is at the beginning, and it's good this because it tells you like how do you want to view, what's the best way for you to move around the screen, and so it gives you a little tester here, and you can work out by following those red lines what it's like to, you know, like what your direction's going to translate to, because you can't move your camera when you're playing, so make sure you get that set up at the very beginning. But it's basically, you can tell what kind of game it is. You're just like it's like a little adventure game, which is like a puzzle game at the same time. At the beginning it asks you, do you want to have it on adventure, which is like unlimited lives and you get a chance to save it, or you can play on classic, where you don't get any lives, you don't get any save points, and you're up against a timer, and it says like it's pure 1985. So you can have it either on easy or rock hard. So I'll just put it on adventure just because I didn't know what it was like, and I'm glad I did now, because the amount of times I died, if I didn't have unlimited lives, it would become frustrating and boring for me, because you know you've got to constantly keep going back and keep going back. But like I remember when I used to play these games like years ago when I had a Commodore 64, and like there's these kind of games that existed where it was like a 3D kind of puzzle game. I forgot what it was called, the one I used to play, but it was really good. Like so there's times where you can bump it, and like you can get right on the edge of a box, and you can, like, you know, just jump and just land on like the edge of the invisible graphics, and you can like get up to places and like miss out total puzzles, like a whole room of puzzles you could miss out if you know like where to jump off and shit like that. So I mean, obviously I don't know where they are in this game because I've only just like had this little go of it, but I remember games of similar type that are like this. Like, see, you'd think, oh, I can't get past those spikes. At the time I thought I couldn't get past them, but I was just checking all the doors, and then when I realised I have to go that way, you get close to the spikes and activate them, and then you can just jump up, like straight up, and then you pull to the left and you'll drop down on the other side of the spike, shit like that, so you can bump it. But like I say, when I checked out the buttons, you've basically got two buttons. You've got X, which is jump, or like it's like your action button basically, and circle is to wave your magic wand, but I didn't get a chance to experience like what that is, but my guess is that you've got to collect those little ducks because they're all over the place, and at the very beginning there was a wanted poster saying, have you seen this duck? So you obviously have to collect those ducks and go back through all the rooms that you had went through before, you know, to unlock shit. They're like this, where you can get close and just jump over. So it's all about timing, and obviously it's crucial you get your directions and that set up at the beginning. Gives you three options, and it's just whatever is easy to you, because there'll be times where you need to get precision, because it's fiddly as fuck. So, but you get to change the colour of your wizard as well. And at the very, very beginning, I forgot to put the footage in actually, but I might stick some in at the end. At the very, very beginning, you're like a normal kid, and it's like the graphics are shit, like, and you're running, and it's one of those games like if you push up very slightly, but he's still doing the full run animation, even though you're moving really slowly. So you do that, and then you go inside an arcade, and then like it's a pure Tron rip-off. You get sucked into the actual computer game, and then you appear in the first level as this little wizard thing. So, you know, at the beginning it's got like Like, because the story is, it must be anyway, that you're a real human and you're trapped inside of a computer arcade as this little wizard, and you've got to try and make your way out, which is, like I said, a total Tron rip-off. But there's like magic boxes like this where if you jump on top of it, it disappears, but then you can recreate it again by pressing X. It helps you get past puzzles, but I thought I could take it into a different room, but it doesn't work. You know, like, you have to jump on it. You know, you've got to use it tactfully. Very simple, like I said, one button. There's not much to fuck up. It's just the point that it's all about just getting on the graphics like this. This is what I was talking about before, where, like, instead of doing it properly, you can just, like, jump off the side. It's just I'm getting me directions wrong. I'm pulling too far into the wall. So if you can get it right and bump it, see how I got up there. So you get ahead, or you can skip into rooms which you're not necessarily meant to be in. But it's free to download for the PlayStation Plus, and it's quite good. I mean, it's addictive. It depends what kind of games you're into. If you can look past graphics, as long as you can see what's happening, and you know, they don't have to be amazing for me, as long as it's a decent gameplay is there. But that's because I've grew up with, like, my first computer was a Commodore 64, which was absolutely shit, like, compared to today's standards. But at the time it was cutting edge stuff, and like Mega Drives and Super Nintendos and all that shit. I've grew up with consoles as they've progressed over the years, so you can see the different changes. So games like this are, like, good to reminisce for me, because it reminds me of putting a cassette in and, like, it's making a fuckloads of noise while you're trying to load it up, and then like, the tape would stop and you're still waiting for the game to load. You're like, you know what I mean? So you turn the tape over, put it back in, and just press play, and, like, nothing happens. Honestly, it was such a nightmare. And then they brought out cartridges, so that was, like, massive. But like I said, this just reminds me of being younger. I think that's the only reason why I like it. Plus, it's free. I mean, I would never pay for something like this. Like, so I don't know, if you like the look of it and you want to go and get it, you may as well. I'll stick in some of that footage actually at the end, so you can just see what I mean about the very. Alright, so I need to stick a little bit of footage in of that, the very beginning of the game. I forgot to include it first time around. This is a mad little section where I don't even know the point of it. You go upstairs and it's all futuristic, and there's a robot there, and you collect a spanner and then you come back down. It's just a bit mental. But this is the very beginning of the game. There, look. It reminds us a bit of Paperboy, if anyone remembers that. But look, I thought I'll just have a little look around, because you never go the way it's telling you. You always have a look around to see if there's anything to collect. But see the wanted poster on the wall there, saying, "Have you seen this rubber duck?" Look at the state of the graphics, man. And plus, that's like just pushing forward fully, but you can run what looks like the slow motion if you just creep and press it really. Look at that, man. This is like a callback to old games. I think maybe they might have done this on purpose, where it's like an older game like this, where the animations and shit like that were horrific. But look, this is Tron. Total rip-off. Get sucked inside the computer. that noise. That's the noise it would make while your game was loading. But so that's it really. So again, if you want to get it and you think it looks half decent, then go and get it, because it is a good, like, laugh. You know, it's not a shit game, but it's not absolutely amazing either. It's just a puzzle. It's a puzzle, room by room puzzle, old style 1980s like throwback, which is good. You know what I mean? So if you like it, go and download it, because it's free on PlayStation Plus. So that's it. See you later.